Good afternoon. This is lesson 4. Today your LC is, can I use observable characteristics to classify an animal? So what we can see to classify. Curious creatures. When a new species of animal is discovered, taxonomists observe its characteristics to decide how to classify it. However, some animals are so unusual that taxonomists struggle to classify them. Remember taxonomists like our good friend from our previous lesson, Carl Linnaeus? They classify living things based on their characteristics, their features. The platypus was discovered in 1797, and scientists around the world joined the attempt to classify this unusual animal. It seemed to have characteristics from several different types of animals. Look at the platypus diagram and its characteristics. Here are its characteristics. Some features are that it's warm-blooded, covered in fur, has webbed feet, feeds milk to its young, and also that it lays eggs. So it shares many of the features of a mammal, and yet it lays eggs. And generally, mammals do not lay eggs. It actually took taxonomists and other scientists nearly 100 years of discussion and argument to agree on a classification for the platypus. Some thought it was a reptile because it lays eggs, others thought it was a bird because of its beak-shaped snout, and the fact that it lays eggs and is warm-blooded. It's now agreed that the platypus is a mammal because it has fur. It feeds milk to its young, and it is warm-blooded. It does not have wings or feathers, so it can't be a bird. It does not have hard, scaly skin, so it can't be a reptile. So based on its features, what categories would you place this in? Because we think mammals don't lay eggs. Well, they're actually a class of their own called monotremes. And in that group are a number of creatures, only a small number. And you can see from there we have the short-beaked echidna, the platypus, the western long-beaked echidna, the eastern long-beaked echidna, and Attenborough's long-beaked echidna. So monotremes, there's 4 monotremes that are echidnas and a platypus. Okay, what I would like you to do for this activity, I'd like you to imagine that you have discovered a new creature. Draw a picture of your animal and create a fact file detailing its characteristics. Before you do design it, think about what group of animals it will belong to. So we're still working on classification, and that's the main aim of our activity. So don't get carried away and think you're just drawing a nice creature, which is part of it, but you are going to be thinking of the classification for that creature. Okay, think about from our last lesson in the Linnaean classification, the kingdom and so on. Before you do design it, think about what group of animals it will belong to. Now you may want to design a new species of arachnid, so spiders for example. So they should therefore have 4 pairs of jointed legs and be cold-blooded. Its front pair of legs may be used to hold its prey. It should not have antennae. Your new animal could then be any shape, size or colour as long as it displays these characteristics. So think about the characteristics, what's it got? What class of animal would it belong to? Where would it belong on the Linnaean classification? What would it look like? What would it share in common with other living things? Would it be a mammal? Would it be a monotreme perhaps? Does it lay eggs but also have features of a mammal, for example? Now there is a template in your pack which looks a bit like this that's going to help you. If you feel like you need to write on the template itself, then you may do that and put that in your book. However, if you wish to have more space and you want to write some more about your creature and you want to do it in your own way, it would be a good idea to just use this as a structure, but write it in your book as you would with any other activity. So design your own animal and complete its fact file. If you have any questions about anything at all, I'm here to help you. Until next time, goodbye.